thousands of dollars in jewelry stolen from Clovis homes.
Fire season has started 2 months earlier this year.
Last year's wildfires sparked concern for thousands of residents in California. And this year, the governor says he's not taking any chances. Good evening, this is Kyra Jenkins. Thanks for joining us tonight. Wells Fargo gets the green light to buy Wachovia. The Federal Reserve approving the $11.7 billion deal today. North Carolina-based Wachovia is sinking under a $5 billion run on deposits from Washington Mutual. Citigroup walked away from its own bid to buy Wachovia on Thursday. And when you're the first woman to run for vice president on the Republican ticket, everything you do is big news.
Barack Obama, change this country.
And during a campaign event in the battleground state of Pennsylvania, Senator Joe Biden told supporters Obama has the answer to the economic crisis. Biden was joined on stage by former President Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary Clinton, who also rallied the crowds. The presidential candidates have just 3 more weeks to win over undecided voters. And thank you for joining us tonight. Again, I'm Kyra Jenkins.
And I'm Jim De La Vega. Good night.
Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger made a stop in Tulare County today to announce a disaster action plan. He says the 17 counties in the Central Valley have gone without one for too long, despite the fact that the risk is greater than ever.
California is a very unique place where we get hit with earthquakes, we get hit with mudslides and with floods and with fires.
Something people living in Santa Clara know all too well. Last year's wildfires sparked concern for thousands of residents in California. And this year, the governor says he's not taking any chances. A reverse 911 system helped warn Santa Clara residents to flee to safety last year. And now the governor says that same system can now help residents in the Central Valley.
Emergency preparedness before a disaster strikes is just the most important thing. And this is why we're providing $2 million from our federal Homeland Security funds to install telephone emergency notification systems.
The emergency notification system is the first thing Valley officials say they'll spend the federal funds on.
Also be able to register your cell phones with us.
The new system will give you immediate and crucial information about how to stay safe when danger looms. It's expected to go into effect by September of this year. Kyra Jenkins for KMPH News. In the Valley, it's always time for mosquito breeding. Hot temperatures and neglected pools can create havens for the insects.
In the last 4 years, we've had about 4 deaths due to West Nile virus.
But health officials say they saw this coming, the Valley's first human case for the West Nile. In May, 2 birds tested positive, and just a few weeks ago, a horse was found to have it, and now
She is from Northwest Fresno.
Fresno County health officials confirmed just yesterday that a 62-year-old woman in Northwest Fresno tested positive for the virus, but they don't know how she got it, which is why they're sending this warning.
Everybody should be concerned. Usually the highest risk populations are those that are older and the very young and those with suppressed immune systems. But we have seen across the country that there are healthy people, athletic people that, when come down with West Nile virus, have had long-term health conditions.
Doctors say the symptoms are hard to ignore. The flu, fever, and even meningitis, which could lead to death. Health professionals say this is the latest warning that a little bit of protection can go a long way. But like in every danger zone, unless you know your enemy and your environment, you can find yourself fighting a losing battle.
Usually we've seen numbers through August and September, but we have had West Nile virus cases in December. So until you really have that first cold freeze, you still have mosquitoes breeding.
And you should also know your weapons for protection.
So everybody needs to take it seriously. So if you're outside in recreation, working, whatever, protect yourself.
Fresno health experts say the woman wasn't admitted into a hospital and they're treating her flu-like symptoms. Doctors like Lucini are hoping to spread this message so the West Nile virus doesn't catch up with you. Kyra Jenkins for KMPH News. It was the hottest day yet all summer. Triple-digit heat called dozens of families to Kings Canyon in search of relief. But anyone who was there today can tell you the river is wild and calm waters can look deceiving.
The river has a lot of twists and turns and it can be deadly.
Lauren Curtis owns a store nearby and he says this happens at least twice a year. Him having to save someone's life.
But when you get into a bend, you can get hung up.
Officials say if one Valley family knew just this, their perfect day for boating wouldn't have turned into an unforgettable tragedy. Officials say 38-year-old Nadine Acosta was kayaking when she fell into the water.
It looked like there was some debris in the river where it had created an undertow and pulled her under.
Nearly a dozen search and rescue officials combed the riverbed by land, air, and water. And 2 hours later, their worst fear was confirmed.
The victim was located. She had been trapped under some debris in the river, and she was deceased. The family has been notified, and they're taking it hard as an unexpected death.
The sheriff's department says they respond to more drownings each year, but if swimmers take simple precautions, they wouldn't have to.
Be careful. The water is running fast. If you are going to be on the water, try to abstain from alcohol. Wear a personal flotation device, and just try to be safe.
The search and rescue crew says they hope the next time a heat wave sweeps the county, it won't turn into a tragic day. Kyra Jenkins, KMPH News.